Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to Saeed TV. Moosa's got his drinks ready. The
Yeah, we're in the
therapy,
building. What's
the
that? No.
therapy, the therapy's begun, man. The therapy has begun.
Well, I
We need to
need it
dissect.
after yesterday. Go ahead.
Man, listen, Europa League. I don't know who's in it. It's Chelsea fans in it. Ollie out, inshallah, man. Listen, we're praying right now. You know what I'm saying? The eyes are in full motion, people. Love to everybody tuning in. Make sure you like the video, you subscribe to the channel. Big up to everybody. You get me? I couldn't even put the slow mode in time, man. So next time I'm gonna remember. But I'm still fuming, man. Literally, I went today. I've had a busy morning. I'm glad I had a busy morning this morning. I went gym, then I went to go pick up some suit, and then I went to get some bits and bobs and that. You feel me, bro? Moosa, man, chat to me, young boys. We're getting pammed up by the young OGs and that, the young man them.
This AKA Al Shabab, young boys. That's
Bro,
what
they did
I
an Al
called
Shabab on
them.
us, man.
I said, them man there, Al Shabab run right on us yesterday. How the heck did we allow that to happen? But again, you know what it is? When we get on here and we start talking about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, we start talking
Yeah.
about he's not the right person, Ole's got to get out. People start saying that, we're just, I don't know, we're always just, I don't know, ranting, bad mood, whatever the weather. But truth be told, that's where we're at. We have a
Yeah.
we got world class players, an excellent squad, and we got, I don't even know what level coaching that we got at Old Trafford. What
Mate,
do
don't
we
even
say,
start with them.
you know what I'm saying? What do we call McKenna and Carrick? Like, if McKenna and Carrick were a footballer, what would be their qualifications? What would be their level? Are they even championship
Bro,
as
they're not
coaches?
championship level, man.
So this is where we
Let's
find
be real, they're
ourselves.
not.
They're not. So this is where we find ourselves. We find ourselves in a situation where Ollie says he doesn't coach. Mike Phelan says he doesn't coach. So it leaves Carrick and McKenna, Carrick, yeah, and coaching. What's going on? When I look at that, all roads lead to the dugout. Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer,
All
like that.
roads, man.
I'm just sick and tired of just even. A lot of people want to say individual. That's not a problem. Yes, there was individual mistakes yesterday, and yes, Jesse Lingard, was sloppy and tired. But the
Yeah.
reality is that even with all those individual mistakes, put them aside, what was we on as a team?
Bro, what was we
What
on?
we
That's the
on?
thing, man. What
Because
were
I
we
feel
on?
like
What we were. Mm,
teams build that, like young boys, they earned their luck yesterday. They
absolutely.
earned everything that they came their way. They earned the fact that they were pressuring us. They had
Yeah.
us camped in our own half. So when you have a team camped in in their own half and you've got them overworking, there's a big likelihood that they might commit a mistake. They might fall
Mm,
into a mistake, and you have to be ready to pounce because we've got them, camped in their own half. We're putting attack after attack. There's big opportunities that one of them might do something silly because of the pressure that they're under. So they're earning all these things that were happening. So for me, like it's one game, I get it, and we can
mm.
still qualify, I get it. But how many times do we have to be here and we have to look at the manager and say, what is he doing? What are the changes? What are the tactics,
What
philosophy? How is he
tactics?
playing the
That's
game? What's going on? So for me, I don't see it.
what
I don't
tactics
see
don't know.
nothing.
Musa, there is no tactics. That's the thing
Exactly.
about it. There is no tactics, you know. Big up Zayn
Exactly.
Yasser here with a super sticker. You know what I mean? Love to you. You know, everyone's saying Ollie out now. It's crazy, man. You know what I mean? I think you know what it is, right? When it's kind of mad, you know, when you deep the season, man. Because if you look at it, right, Leeds was Leeds. You know what I mean? And then you came into Southampton, predictable football. The Wolves game, kind of Mason Greenwood got us out of it, you know.
Mm,
And then after that, man, you're scratching your head, mate. You know, you're scratching your head because you're
100%.
thinking, what's going on? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And in
100%.
this game today, man, the game today, right? When you look at that red card, right? Even before it, we got that goal in Ronaldo. You thought, right, go on. But even after that moment, there was a few moments where we just kind of like look passive, passing it around here and there. And then Wan-Bissaka moment, it's Wan-Bissaka in it. Red card in it. You know, it is what it is. But you go down to 10 men, Moosa, yeah? But there's a way of going down to 10 men and a way of reacting. I've seen teams with 10 men still have a structure about them, still have something about them, bro. Like, we had nothing about us. Nothing.
It's hard to see, man. It's hard to take. Yeah, man. You look at it and you think to yourself, I don't know what's going on with Man United, what's going on with the team, and I feel like we just don't want to. And I think Ronaldo yesterday learned quickly that as a forward at Man United, you're going to have very few chances, very few as a forward. And I think when it's Martial up front and he has very few chances, everyone's quick to say, oh, Martial ain't doing anything. When it's Greenwood and he's up front and he's not doing the most, everyone's quick to say that, you know, Greenwood's not doing anything. But are people going to be saying that the same thing about Ronaldo? When Ronaldo's up front having very few chances,
Man.
You know, what are the people going to say then? Because we've demonized our own players season after season because of the lack of balls that they're getting up there. And rather than look at the team, because what happens to Man United supporters, they become perplexed. They think we've got Paul Pogba, you know, one of the best passers of the ball. Bruno Fernandes, one of the best passers of the ball. You know, we've got good players on the pitch. It can't be, they start thinking, well, if they're not passing the ball to the striker, that can't be the manager's fault. It has to be their fault because they're some of the best passers. So that it's like, so the Man United fans start thinking as if like the players are not, they're not wanting to pass the ball or something. Because you have to ask yourself, do you think Bruno don't want to be able to put through balls in? Or he doesn't want to be able to, you know, get as many assists as he can? Of course he does. But when you're being coached in a system and in a way of playing that doesn't give you the opportunities over 90 minutes to do that, then you're left in problems, bro. I'm even seeing Sancho and I'm thinking Sancho must be thinking, what's going on here, bro? Like,
what's going on, man?
What type of play is going on here at this club?
I bet in Dortmund he would have played on. He would have carried on with 10.
Of course, I've seen Dortmund. I've seen Sancho come off the bench for Dortmund for playing against Barcelona and put in a mad performance, score a goal, and it's just 1-2 touch ball movement. You know, everyone knows what's going on. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tells you everything that he needs to know, man. When you go down to 10 men and you're a better footballing side than your opposition, the only way to take away that man advantage is to make sure you keep the ball. Keep the ball. That's the only way. If you can keep, this is why teams like Man City and that when they go down, they can still put in a shift because they'll keep the ball to the point the position start thinking, raw. Are they even a man short?
Got 10 men. Exactly. Yeah. That's the craziest bit about it.
10 men? Yeah, because the way they're just passing the ball moving, they make you forget that their man are all 10 men down. With United, it takes off the best ball playing midfielder we had in between Fred and Donny, takes off Donny, brings on another defender when really should be taking off Lindelof. And then rather than take off Freddie, he should have took off, for me, what I would have done, I would have took off Lindelof.
Why did he take off Donny though? He took off Donny for no reason.
He flopped.
He was the one that was keeping the ball.
Of course, I would have took off Lindelof and Fred. I would have put Matic on for Fred because Donny and Matic play well. Because what would have happened is Donny would have came back to support Matic, but he also would have supported Bruno much more. So I would have put, so I would have put Matic and Varane on and took off them two, and then Varane would have just been more sturdy because man like Lindelof was getting ripped. They were on it.
I know. They were on him, man. They were on him. You know what I mean? Ezio says here, big up Super Chat, bro. I appreciate it. He goes, big up Saeed and Moosa. I watched the GOAT in Juve for 3 years. His best in the last 5 years. He's not a 9. Look at his heat map Juve last year. He has to be on the left, 4-3-3 or 4-4-2. as a second striker, as Statman Bays. We've got another super chat here. I'm backing Oli because I don't trust the Glazers to get Zidane as manager. If Oli leaves, he could go back to Moyes and Mourinho days. It's scary. I don't know, Dol Kamayan, man. That's a bit, you know what I mean? I don't know,
Nah,
man. Nah,
I
man.
don't
I'm
know
not
about
feeling
that
that.
one there. I'm not
I don't know
feeling
about
that
that one.
because Man United have got the managers in. After Moyes, they went and got Van Gaal. They went and got Jose. Man United can go, if they can go and get the best players in the world, they can definitely go and get the top managers.
Exactly. Why
They
can't
just,
they?
100%
Excuses,
they
man.
can.
Excuses, man.
Yeah,
What,
yeah,
what do you think about
100%.
here, the Ronaldo situation here? I know a lot of people think here, but last night, you know what I mean? I thought Ronaldo should have been taken off a bit earlier because in the day it wasn't effective. But the thing is, right, you do like for like though. You don't put Lingard on in there. Like
Nah,
for
for me,
Martial or Greenwood earlier.
these are my three subs. My three subs would have been Varane, Matic, and Martial because Martial has been playing
And
number
hold it
9
up.
and knows how to hold the ball up. He can hold the ball up, relieve pressure. Martial is great at getting fouls. How many penalties did he get us last season? He's good at fouls. He's good at holding the ball up. He can also run long. You can also put balls over and he can chase them. So I would have got Martial. I thought of Greenwood, but Greenwood's not the best at holding the ball up. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So for me, Greenwood would have been a late substitute. I would have bought Greenwood in a bit later on in the game. But definitely I would have Ronaldo for Martial, and I would have done that. And I would have left him up there with Bruno, allowing Matic and Donny to just take hold of that midfield with Varane and them man there behind him. But I don't know what he was thinking these substitutes, because for me, the substitutes that he made were poor. And then pushing Lingard back into the midfield.
That was a disaster. That was the worst out of all of them. Shaka A goes, aside from Pogba, your midfield aren't press resistant. Yeah, you know what I mean. But then even Pogba was getting pressed a lot, man, and he was losing the ball because at the end of the day there was no game plan. You know, someone say there Martial and Ronaldo as a front two. Yeah, big up Realist TV. That's an option you could have done as well, but Oli didn't choose it. You know what I mean? These are kind of things you know what I mean. You have to try and do, but I just looked at it and I thought you can lose in it 10 men in it. Obviously, you've got one man short. You know what I mean? Things can happen, right? But young boys, they were toothless up front. They hardly had any quality. They were running around. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm not trying to discredit them, you know, for their win. They fully deserve that. But what I'm trying to say is, though, Man United still shouldn't be getting beat by young boys. Because at the end of the day, if you look at they came to 3 qualifying rounds, apparently. They came for a few qualifying rounds to get to the Champions League.
Of course they did. You
know what I mean?
And at the end of the day, young boys are championship level. Man United should be beating championship teams with 10 men.
Championship manager as well.
Yeah, that's the problem. And this is standard, bro. We should be able to do that. Like, I don't see how, you know, the system we were playing yesterday and just taking off Sancho, it just changes
Sancho and Donny, the two that can keep the ball. Maybe he's afraid. You know what? I've always said this, Moosa, yeah? I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is afraid of people who can keep the ball, but he wants people that have got energy that can run back. Sometimes, listen, you can run all you want, mate. But at the end of the day, if they have enough quality, they're getting the ball back in the net. But the art of keeping the ball, I think it's undervalued, man. And I think Ole don't see it. He thinks, but if we have people that run around, now no disrespect to Fred, yeah, but he's not going to keep you the ball. I'd rather have Donny in there, can get the ball and move with it.
Yeah, for me, I was just thinking,
come on, man.
What happens yesterday for me is Man United, for me, we go into a diamond, and rather than having 2 up front in front of the diamond, we just have the one player who's going to have to work hard, Martial or someone. So for me, we were meant to go into a diamond, a strong back 4, go into a diamond, and then rather than having the 2 players up there, you just have the one who has to just run the channels, do the tired work. It's going to be a long game, but you know what? Because we got a strong midfield and a strong defense, when we do get that ball off them and we break, it's going to be curtains because we're going to break in numbers on them. All we have to do is contain them and then slap them on the counter-attack, but contain them by keeping the ball, making them look tired, making them work, not by just letting them have the ball and then Oli and that are coming out saying, well, we were comfortable for large parts of the game without the ball. They didn't really threaten us. Bruv, what are you talking about?
I don't like that mentality because you're asking for trouble.
Of
When you
course you're
say
asking
that,
for
bro,
trouble.
you're asking for trouble, man. You know what I mean? United were asking for trouble. Listen, look, Moosa, yeah, you can be 10 men again, but we were camped in our own half and we had 5 at the back who barely got... I mean, Dallo and Shaw were meant to be the wing-backs. Did they even get forward?
Dalot didn't even get forward, bro. Or even
I
all of
didn't
this.
see Dalot, man. Man, honestly, I did not see Dalot.
See all this Dalot for Wan-Bissaka. I'm not saying we can judge him in that game, but yesterday we were meant to see his strengths in that game as a wing back. I didn't see it.
It's a manager, man. It's something's got to give where, and I feel like for me, you know, all it is to just get these guys going and playing at the risk and expansive football. You've got to do it because at the end of the day, man, you're not going to be in this job longer, man, because you've got the tools now. You're not having it's not Pereira anymore. Jones at the back. You know,
yeah, that's his biggest problem, man. His biggest problem is not for not. I think for all the recruitment Ollie's done, I think he's guilty for not recruiting a tactical coach, a real well-known in Europe, worldwide tactical coach to come and support him. I think that's going to be one of his biggest flaws. Because if he thinks that his backroom staff is going to be able to take care of the squad that we've got and the players that we got and challenge them to new heights, challenge them being better, it's problematic because I see Ronaldo and them man bereaved on the bench thinking,
you see it, innit?
What's going on?
Mode.
Yeah,
man's going, mate.
Yeah, but everyone's like, what's going on here? What's happening? Like, they're making Varane last-ditch tackles and the ball, you know, brothers getting in front of him, scoring goals, and you're just looking at it thinking, yes, you can lose to a team when you've got 10 men. Yes, it can be difficult, but that team has to be a top European giant. It has to be a Liverpool. It has to be a City. It has to be a Juventus. It has to be a Bayern Munich that you go down to, and then you can say, okay, we get it. But not to the young boys, yeah? Not to the young boys. We can't accept, and that's the problem Man United fans are having, is that we're not going to accept that Man United went down to 10 men, 1-0 up, yeah, not even losing or drawing, 1-0 up, and then we lost to the young boys because our manager straight away decided to go defensive and then didn't have no answers for anything. And why he brought Martial on made no sense, bro.
That was the worst, man. That was the worst, mate. You know, people. I was on the radio today on the Talk Spot. They were saying, you know, you can have all the money you want in the world here, but if you don't know how to manage subs, you ain't gonna win anything, mate. The problem with Ollie, he can't manage games, and if you want to be the best coach in the world, you've got to have that ability to manage games, to assess games. Did you need to rest Varane at centre back? Centre backs don't need rest, man. You know what I mean, Moosa? Miniature Real were playing every game.
He don't know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's doing, and that's the sad part.
Did you ever see Miniature Real get rested?
No,
I never really seen it. I never seen it.
You don't see it. There was no one. There was no reason. Listen, when Man United play, what's their name? When we play, Lindelof and Maguire, do we play a high line? No, we don't. We never play a high line with Lindelof and Maguire. Whenever we play Lindelof and Maguire, we have 2 6s sitting in front of them because they're trying to cover them, and we have Wan-Bissaka doing some madness like he's trying to help Lindelof by tucking in. That happens every single time. So now we go down a man and we need a high line because we don't want them camping in our flipping half. We've got these 2 men on the pitch. It just didn't make sense. And then bringing on Varane and going to, I don't know what he was doing, bro. I understand it, but no, Ollie, because your back 3 is not a back 3, it's a back 5. It's a defensive unit. It's not an attacking unit. It's not like Tuchel and that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Big up Skullfuggery, you know what I mean, with the super chat. Man saying sweet. You know what I mean? The man are taking the piss out of us. You know the worst thing is, we'll say, yeah? Yeah, man, I forgot to put slow mode in, man. Big up everybody in the building, man. Dalot, Varane, Bailly, Telles. Bailly can't even get a game, mate. You know, forget Bailly. You know what I mean? But my thing is, Moosa, yeah, was the substitutions were just crazy, man. This is how bad it was, man. He brought on Lingard to play up front, and then he goes at 2 minutes towards the end when you kind of don't need to change your game. It's almost as if he was thinking, "Oh, I can win the game here. I possibly could do this, or I could do that." And he's tinkering around at the last minute. He puts Martial up front, and then he puts Jesse Lingard in midfield, where now he's in a deep, because you don't know where you're going to pick up the ball. And Jesse Lingard loves to pick up the ball from deep. He loves it because he can turn it and he can run with it. Then Lingard gets a ball, and what he does is he plays a safe pass, or the kind of horror pass, if you call it. He plays that horror pass, and then he goes in, and that's been summed up our lack of play style, because nobody knows what to do. The same philosophy when you're 10 men is 11 men, is wherever men you've got, because at the end of the day, you know what you're doing as a team, as a collective unit. Everyone knows what they're doing. Guardiola's the same, man. Guardiola, when I think it was how many years ago when they played when the Bayern Munich, and I remember they were down to 10 men and they bossed the game, and I was like, what? But because he said, he goes, everyone knows what they're doing. I have a plan, and that plan doesn't falter even with 10 men, and it should not have faltered with this.
It doesn't, because I feel like the only place that should weaken on the team is up front, the striking situation. It shouldn't weaken the rest of the team. That's why you took off an attacking player to get a defensive player. The problem we had with flipping Oli is the shape that he went into after we took the attacking player off. Because if you're playing with 2 attackers or 3 attackers up front, then if you take one off, you're left with 2, or you're left with 1, you're left with whatever the situation. But you build around it. You get someone who's got legs, who's young enough, and who can do a shift. And then our system doesn't stop. We keep on playing the 1-2s. We keep on creating the triangles. We get more midfielders to overlap. So you want a game like that to have big ball-in midfielders who can come and support, but also support the man up front on his own. You want Pogba to be on his game. You want Van der Beek on the pitch. You want Bruno on the pitch. You don't take these men off. You do not take Bruno off, Van der Beek off, and Ronaldo off if you're trying to win that game. You don't do it. You don't do it.
Thoughts on Ronaldo having a penalty? Nah, soft. I'm not gonna lie to you. Why is this fan base divided? Well, you tell me, Luffy. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. No Premier League trophy since 2013. 4 managers since. I mean, you tell me, Luffy. I
think as a fan base, I think we're all happy with our squad. We're all happy with our team. None of us are happy with the Glazers. I can't see no fan coming in saying he's happy with the Glazers. I can see most fans coming here and saying that they're happy with the Man United squad. We're divided. The only place we're divided is on who should be the coach of Man United.
That's only we're divided on. That's
it. Yeah. And that's not. And I think there's a load of countries up and down, a load of teams up and down the country who are divided on who should be in the hot seat of their club. I don't think that's anything that divides a club. I don't see how we're a divided club, because there's no one here that's not happy with the squad that we have. All the Man United fans are agreeing that we've got an excellent squad and we should be competing on all fronts of every competition that we're in. All fronts. There's anyone that comes out here and says, no, Man United shouldn't be competing, they're not ready. They only say that because they try to give the managers more time. But there's no reason that we shouldn't be competing. There isn't.
Yeah. No, there isn't. Free Donny with a super chat. A chat. He goes, "How was Van der Beek yesterday? I was watching IS Youth League. I thought he had an unbelievable first half. He kept winning the ball. I think he had the most ball recoveries. I'm sure he did, or the most successful tackles.
He was winning headers in the middle of the field.
There was a moment where, did you see that slide tackle where they were in, and then he had that last-ditch slide tackle?
Yeah.
What does Donny have to do to honestly stay? I don't understand it, man. I really, really don't. And Norwegian Mr. Beaten Out, but I seen it, man. I don't know if you've seen it, Moosa. What Scholes said. He goes, the difference is. Let me bring up the squad here. Let me bring up the quote here. For me, it's kind of just, you know, I mean, it kind of like, you know, reveals everything about Oli. You know. 1 second. Let me just bring up the quote. 1 second. Someone bring up the quote. You know what I mean? But it just, you know, the thing is for me, right? I look at it and I think for me, players who are playing well don't get opportunities. You know what I mean? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has this favoritism. What's going on right now? He don't know how to manage your players. You know what I mean? We don't play great, but we get the win, and everyone's happy after that. You know what I mean? But sooner or later, it's not sustainable, is it? No, Moosa, to kind of like not have a playing style and still keep. You know what I mean? Try and think of getting it one goal, maybe individual brilliance, or kind of like worming your way into this. It's difficult, man, to do it. Really, really is.
100%. 100%. I feel like I think like as a fan base, we're so optimistic with the transfer window that we've had. Bringing back Cristiano Ronaldo to Man United after how long? 12 long seasons. It's a long time to bring back Cristiano Ronaldo back to the club. To know that he's only got maybe this year and next year to actually be at the top, not at the top, but to be at a good standard to actually be taking on the demands of the Premier League. And for us to then have to come to a realization that we might not be ready to even win it, not because of the players we got, but because we keep on shielding a manager who wouldn't get a job in the top flight of any competition in Europe, is in a top 5 competitions is very difficult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's my thing, because if he could have got a job in any of the top 5, Bundesliga, whatever, like French league, this league, that league, he wouldn't have been in Norway. He wouldn't have been there.
He would have been there. You know what I mean? Would have not been
there. He would have went to where you could get the job to kind of challenge himself.
We were vulnerable, man. That's the problem. We were vulnerable at that moment when Mourinho left. We needed a good feel factor back. We needed someone who just kind of cared about us, innit? You know what I mean? And was willing to kind of give us, you know what I mean, them kind of free rides, you know what I mean? It's just like he came at us when we were vulnerable, man. SNA Kentucky Core says, big up Super Chat, goes, we can blame Glaze all we want. It's not Glaze's fault. All inside to bring Lingard for CR7 instead of Mason Matic for Bruno, DVB for Dallo, Ollie F out. That's true, man. That's the biggest point I think people can take from that is that, Europa League final, that wasn't down to the Glazers, mate. That was down to Ollie. And here's a quote, by the way. The difference between the top team is the manager. Ollie has to win trophies this season. This is what basically said in a nutshell. So Scholes is, but then why can't Scholes public condemn and say, "Yo, listen, man, this manager ain't good." Why does he have to pete around it? Just say your boy's not good enough.
Scholes is taking a minute. Him and Gary and them man there, they own that football club, innit?
Salford.
How many times do them man there? Them man are sacking managers left, right, and centre. Why do you sack the manager? Right, yeah. So why you Gary and them man sacking managers left, right, and centre if it's not about the manager? Why are you man doing it? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, them man are out here sacking managers left, right, and centre. The reality is,
you know why though? You know why? It's because the fact that they don't want to get, they still want a job in the club, innit? Let's be real.
And this is the problem. Man, them need to understand the 99 squad Man United had was a serious squad. Serious squad, Saeed, yeah. Sheringham, Cole, York, Solskjaer, Giggs, Bex. We had a serious squad. But what the people got to understand is there is no treble without Alex Ferguson, without a serious manager. If we don't have no matter how serious your squad is, if you don't have a manager that matches that in his ability and his passion and his technical and nous to do things, then you don't have a winning team. And that's why that person is right there, because a winning manager, no matter how good his squad is, when you're in a final of a game and it's peak and you're losing and you're finding it difficult, you make those serious substitutes. When Alex Ferguson made those substitutes in that final, it weren't the team that won us that game, because if Alex don't make those substitutes, there is no goals.
I know.
People think Solskjaer won us the game. No, you got sent on. If you don't get sent on, you don't get that opportunity, bro. He got sent on. So we're saying, where's that manager when our team go down to 10 men, makes the right call? Every time Ollie's had to make a call, he's got it wrong. And he's getting it wrong too many times. And we're going to give him a chance. Yeah, we're gonna ride
Oh, we
this
have
one
to
out
give him a
too.
chance. We
Yeah,
have to ride it out. He's got a 4-year contract. You know what I mean? It's gonna take something drastic. It's gonna take maybe, you know what I mean, like, he has to win something. That's the pressure on him now. He has to win something. But I just look at the more I look at it, and I'm thinking, this is young boys. We're not even playing the likes of who's in the Champions League, like Leipzig well, we lost to Leipzig last season, but we're not even playing like Rio Mandem here. We're playing against young boys. We're not
yeah.
even playing the real ones in the
No,
quarters
no,
and
no.
the round of
And
16.
even with even and the mad thing is this, even within the little boys, there's levels.
I
So
know.
even within the young boys squad, you might get who's a young boys level, like a I don't know, is it a Wolfsburg or I don't know,
But
bro.
they're in it though. I know what you mean though, innit? I know what you mean.
There's
Like there
levels.
are.
Even
They're level.
even in the young boys, there's levels. And even in the young boys are young boys. Bro.
Trust me, man.
Even in the young boys level, the young boys are young boys, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? So what we're saying, even if they were in the championship, they're not the teams at the top. They're not you know what I'm saying? There's levels, bro. There
Yeah.
are levels. Like Man United got that
Mm.
group and everybody was gassed. Young boys, Atlanta, Seville. Listen, man, them. I'm telling you, Saeed. Our next game is Atalanta, yeah?
I think it's Villarreal at home.
Or Villarreal.
Villarreal
If
and then
we
Atlanta away and
Man,
home, and
them
then
don't be shocked. Don't be shocked if we're sitting there after 2 games with no points. Man,
bro,
them don't be shocked.
I can't even contemplate thinking about that, man.
Man, them don't
Honestly,
be shocked because my man is still there. What's his name? Arsenal's old manager.
it's Unai Emery, innit? Oh, flipping hell, I
Emery's still
forgot about it.
there. Emery's still there. Emery's already got one over Oli in the final. Man, then don't be surprised if he gets one over the Norwegian again. Because for me, Emery's a better manager.
I know. SNA Kentucky Core says here. Oh, by the way, we've got nearly 600 people watching, man. Get them likes up, people. So if you are watching this right now, smash a like on the video. SNA Kentucky Core, big up to you, bro. I love the super chats as always. We are wasting this squad with Ollie. How long we're gonna sit here and say this Ollie needs to win this trophy? He already has a season too much. Get Conte. For me, my preference would be Zidane, but. You know what I mean? We have to stick with this one. We have to ride with it and hope it works and hope it fixes. You know what I mean? I always think you've got Ronaldo, you've got a chance, but blimey, man, if it's going to be like this where we can't get the ball out or can't even
Bro,
play out with.
I thought Champions League might be our best chance of a massive silverware. I thought it was our best chance of actually getting a massive. It's
We've
not a
got
load
5
of games.
subs, Maybe 5 subs is too much for Ollie. I think Ollie needs to be banned from substitution. He needs to have 3. Stick to 3, man. We need to go back
He
to
doesn't
3
even.
because at least then he can use the 3 wisely. When he's going 5, he's like, oh, let me try Lingard up front. Oh, yeah, let me take off. Let me put Varane in. Let me stick Lindelof there for a little bit. And
Bro,
let
the
me do
game was
this.
even the way he started the game. Why was Fred on in front of Matic? I don't get it. Why wasn't it
And then, well, there you
Matic
go.
and Donny?
I don't know. And then he put Pogba on the left. And Pogba
Yeah,
was getting outrun in the left.
yeah. I don't get it.
Oh,
What was
my
he doing?
God, man.
What was
I
he
don't know,
doing?
mate.
Rest the
Lingard at
players then.
CM, yeah.
Yeah, if you're ready to
Exactly, that's
rest
what I'm trying to
Varane,
say.
rest Pogba. Rest him. That's what you want to do. Rest him. Chill. You know what I mean? Like, let him come off the bench. Like, come on, man. Have a strong bench. Like, if you want to do that, chill. Like, rest him. Put Greenwood on the right, Sancho on the left, Ronaldo up front. You know, put Pogba on the bench. Yeah, let Pogba and Martial come off second half
Yeah.
and take us to another level. You know what I mean? If that's what you want to do, then do that. But don't start playing
Why was
games with
Martial not
us.
given a chance? Why was Martial not given a chance, man?
I
I
don't
think,
get it.
I don't get that as well. That's a weird one. Let me know in the comments, people, why Martial didn't get a chance because
I thought
it's a
Martial
weird
would have
one, man.
started on the left yesterday. I thought he would have started on
He
the
should
left.
have. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Maybe Pogba could have given a rest because that was
Yeah,
a
give
team.
Pogba a rest. If you're going to give Varane a rest, give Pogba a rest then. Give him
Yeah,
a rest.
then Pogba, you know what I mean? Again, Pogba in that middle of the park, you know what I mean? It's the problem was at that point, yeah, I just think Martial on the left, Fred Donovan to be maybe it's not balanced, but I will take it for now. Bruno up top, Sancho on the right, Martial. Then you got legs around Ronaldo. You know what I
The
mean? But
problem
then
with
it didn't
Fred,
work.
the problem with Fred and McTominay, whenever anyone plays with them, they cannot depart the middle of that park. You're forever
Yeah, you have
left
to
there,
stay there. You have to stay there. Yeah,
supporting
you have to
there.
stay there.
Yeah, you're forever
Yeah.
left there. That's why Donny plays well with Matic because he can depart the middle of the park and come back. And that's why Pogba plays well with Matic because he can leave and come back.
You know what? You know the worst
With
thing
the
about this
Fred,
all is McTominay. I think Ollie's itching for McTominay to come back, man. You know the kind of, the so-called leadership, the so-called kind of, he's missed that kind of like tenacity. You know when I think Ollie thinks of it as, oh, we're missing that leader in that part. We're missing a bit of tenacity, and he's thinking we're getting bullied in there. We're not showing a bit of cojones, and he's itching for McTominay to come back. I really think that's the case. He's itching for him to come back. And then you'll have to see McFred in there, and then Pogba will play on the left, and then I think Sancho will get dropped. You know what I mean? And then
again, it's a sad state of affairs, but the reality is this: it's all going to come back to bite Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That stuff's not going to last. He can continue playing all these funny games that he wants to play. It's not going to last. Like, I know that. That's why I'm just keeping quiet. It's not going to last.
Yeah,
That's why I'm not even onto Ole like that because, to be honest, even the investors at Man United, you're not going to invest the money that we have this summer and into the squad and even getting all the brands and the sponsors excited and gassed to start playing games. There's too much on the line now. Sponsors are gassed to have Ronaldo back. They need us winning. They need us being up there. Glazer's a businessman. At the end of the day, I think Ollie knows that this is the year that Cardiff football has to stop.
Yeah. I don't know if you see the stats, but 7 losses in 11 Champions League games. P teacher felt sorry for your Don Rubbish channel. Yo, Joseph, man. Yeah, man. It's not going well, man. It was 7 losses, more than Mourinho. I don't know if you seen the interview when I think Mourinho got through the next stage of the Champions League, and they were still cussing him out, saying it wasn't great. Here's SA Kentucky call. Big up, bro. On his record, 4-0-7. So,
Ollie,
yeah,
man.
7 losses, man.
Do you know
the
what
Ollie tax, man? Is it real, man? Do you think it's going to be a burden this season, the Ollie tax?
I think every single one of us here, when Ollie came in, we all want Ollie to do good. Come on, guys. Every single one of us.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Come on. Yeah, come on, man. For Ollie to lift the Premiership trophy or the Champions League trophy, Man United, and have us playing good football, we all want that. But we also are not silly enough, and we know that Ollie has to get in a serious coach. We've said to Ollie, cool, you're good. Yeah. You're good at being the face of United. You're good at getting players to come play for us. Get yourself a serious coach, bro.
I know.
We've asked you. We've said, like, cool, before you get sacked and get kicked out, and then we're in more turmoil, still looking for someone else who fits the United way, get yourself a serious number 2. Come on, man.
Number 2. Yeah.
What's going on for that? Get yourself a serious number 2 where we can see. Like, haven't you learned anything from Alex Ferguson?
Wow.
Alex Ferguson now, 3rd season, he'll be getting a new number 2 in, bro.
It's mad. It's mad. Emmanuel saying that wasn't Ollie's fault. I don't know what you mean there, mate. You have to clarify on that. So if you want to send another comment of what you mean, Ronaldo would get fed up and get Ollie sacked. You see Bruno Ronaldo coaching from the dugout. I seen it, man. That was a bit of a weird one, man. Someone asking what does Phelan do? Bloody hell, what does he do? This guy was brought in to do what, man? I'm always seeing Kieran McKenna, Michael Carrick, and Ollie talking together. What does Kieran McKenna do?
Phelan said he don't coach.
So what are you there for then?
And Ollie said he don't coach. So what's left?
Kieran McKenna and Michael Carrick doing, work experience again on the job.
Carrick, coaching,
job for the boys, man.
Coaching the man them to win big trophies. Are you kidding me?
You know what it is, yeah? Listen, people can talk like we're reactionary and it's only 1 loss and there's still 5 games to go. I understand all your points here, but where you just feel like you've just seen it all before, and you kind of, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, like, you kind of seen it all before, haven't you?
difficult. It's difficult. It's difficult,
You've
man.
seen it all before.
We're sitting there. We're watching other teams serious games like Barcelona versus Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich
Yeah.
is stepping over Barcelona like they're young boys, and
Slapping,
we're
man.
here.
Slapping them over.
And
Literally.
we're here. You know what I'm saying? We're here playing games like Chelsea,
Yeah.
Lukaku trying to score in one. That's enough to get them to goal. And Ronaldo comes and scores for us. We get a man sent down. Cool.
Two
I
shots,
respect that.
Moosa. 2 shots in the
That's
whole game. Two
two.
shots in the whole game. But one of them was from Ronaldo, obviously. 2 shots in the whole game. You know what I mean? Surely that is bad, man. You know what I mean? You've seen it before, but today's laid bare, man. And you know what, man? Our teams know how to play against us now. You know the worst thing about it, Musa, is team know how to play us. They're understanding knows how we're playing. If you can man mark Ronaldo, you know what I mean, and then after that sit deep and frustrate them, you can hold off United. You can. United aren't tricky to play against, man. But that's the problem.
We don't have no. We're not. If some cool. Everyone's a manager when they're sitting in their houses and blah blah blah, and everyone says that we all know it. And if we were in a dugout, it would be different. Cool, no problem. But anyone from their home can name a football side, a football playing side. Is Manchester United a football playing team? Do we play football? You know what I'm saying? We don't. There's no one that's going to come out and say, no, Man United plays serious football. Who's going to say that?
No. And everyone keeps consistently missing us, man.
Man are out here bigging up Leeds for their football.
Yeah, I know.
And Bielsa, because they're football inside. And man is saying, I love to watch them. They're football. So it's clear that you don't have to win or to be a top side or to be even a Premiership winning side to be a football inside. And it's clear that people can spot football inside and be like, yeah, I like watching that football. Does Man United fall into that category when we talk about that in the Premier League, bro?
This is it.
And then after that, if you're not a footballing side, normally you'd be, classed as a tactical side, like tactical coach, like Tuchel or something, tactically astute, tactically this. Are we that? Is Ollie that?
Nah. Ollie is a manager. I think for me, he's built on emotion in terms of, like the feeling around it. When the buzz is up, he kind of he gets his, I don't know, he rides on the waves. I don't know if he's actually inputs anything onto the team. When you look at the game against Leeds played itself. They came at us 1v1 defending. We picked them off the park. Southampton, it was terrible. Wolves, we got away with it with Greenwood. Then the Ronaldo factor of what's it called? Of the game against Newcastle. You know what I mean? We didn't play well that game, but we had isolated moments. Obviously, the tapping, Ronaldo going through head, and then we kind of picked him off after that. I understand, you're not going to get every game. It's going to be unbelievable. I understand that, but give us something, man. Give us a unique style of play where everyone knows what we're about, man. Man United, triangles, bubble. You know what City about? You know what everyone else is about?
That's what the problem that we have at the team, and everyone always says it. My thing is this: a lot of people will come at us and say, "Well, in the first 12 points in the Premier League, Man United's picked up 10. Blah blah blah. It's just the first game." I get all of that, but what people got to understand is that I'm not complaining because I feel like Man United are not going to get top 4 or we're going to finish in the bottom half of the league. I'm complaining because I actually believe we're just going to have an okay season again, where we finish in the top 4, we win a couple games in a row, we lose a couple games, we win a couple games, but there's no momentum and there's no change. If everyone's happy with United just finishing in the top 4, getting knocked out and ending up in Europa League, or getting knocked out in the next stage of Champions,
that's on them, innit? That's on them.
Yeah, that's on them. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with having the exact same season we had last year and the season before. And for me, when I look at yesterday, I see nothing's changed.
No.
Nothing has changed. And if I'm honest with you, if I scrutinize all the games we've played this season, nothing's changed. We beat Leeds last season because that's how Leeds play. We were lucky to beat Wolves. Yeah. So where are we going with that?
What's really changed, yeah. Adita Sharma with a super chat. He goes, I was so depressed by Oli last night so much I woke up till 2 a.m. watching Spanish Crystal Palace get battered by Bayern just to feel a bit good. Yo, you man, that's disrespecting Barcelona there. That is too much there. Yo, big up, man. SLA Kentucky Core says, big up again with a super chat, bro. Love that. People blame red card decision. We lost no any top 4 team young boys with 8 pipers on the pitch. Look at Chelsea play with 10 men. That's what I'm trying to say. Yo, that's facts there, man. How did Tuchel and Tuchel had chances, to win the game,
Of course he did.
And he played a game against Liverpool and brought the game to a hostile
That's
atmosphere.
what I'm saying. That man, they were playing Liverpool and they held on, had chances, could have won the game. They were playing a massive team, a massive club. We were playing young boys. It is what it is. We know what time it is. We're in denial. Everyone knows what time it is.
Everyone knows what time it is, man. I just hope this is a blip, man. I hope it's a quick blip. and we recover on Sunday, because Sunday, best believe it's not going to be easy, West Ham will sit back, man, and they'll try and count us on our record before that game at their stadium is not great, man. You know what I mean? Obviously, last year we did well there. We got a 4-1, I think it was. But after that, it's not great, man. And they will sit back. Now they haven't got Antonio. Best believe they'll sit back even more. United, can they break them down? Can you go from a kind of a game where it's like, it's madness and it's like, Ronaldo's on the break and with the euphoria of Old Trafford to kind of now going away from home and beating them? Can we go? I still believe United has still not made a statement yet. We need to make a statement, man. Show who we are. We're ready. Other teams are making a statement.
No, we're not built for it. We're not. We're gonna get excited, but we haven't done that. And I feel like, I just feel like we're gonna have a very similar season to last year. Like I said, we're gonna win a couple games on the trot. We're gonna lose a couple, win a couple. We're gonna find ourselves second or third in the league, maybe fourth. Everyone's gonna say, well, we done what we could have done. The other team's strengthened. All the excuses are going to be made. People are going to say, well, at least we're not Arsenal, all that type of stuff. And it's just going to filter out. It's just going to take us to 10 years without the Premier League title. That's how I see it now. But like you said, we can hope it's a blip, but let's see.
Joel Abraham says, it feels like we are using the same tactics with better players and hoping it makes a difference. Facts. The problem is Oli admits he can't coach. Can't admit you can't coach. What professional team hires a manager who can't coach? That's the thing, man. Ultimately, this guy can't influence the games. Ultimately, Oli can't coach these players, and we have to rely on that individual brilliance. So we have to rely on that one moment from a player, because these guys can't be coached. Ultimately, it's I said it from day one. It's freestyle football, and it's kind of like hoping and and just inshallah, innit? You know what I mean? And it's like, whatever. You know what I
mean? That's it. I keep on telling man, when Man United play, it's like, you don't know what's coming. You don't know. Anyway, like I said, Oli, I'm not a fan. Like, at the beginning, I was involved in the hype. Obviously, like we said, he's an old school, in brackets, legend, if that's what we want to call him. Yeah. And everyone believed that he could try a thing. But when it's all bare,
but the legendary white stuff, though, also, that. Legends, the word legend when you're a manager, it kind of wears down, because I've seen it with other clubs, man. You know what I mean?
He's a legend that's what I'm saying, and that's as a player. He's not. He ain't
as a player, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He ain't done nothing as a manager for us to be like, oh yeah, Oli this, Oli that. No. So that's a whole different ball game. That's a whole different ball game. So for me,
what if it? Yeah. These players, what if it with the Europa League with Oli? Well, we haven't done. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. Forget coaching. These players don't even respect the manager. Ronaldo's be taking the razor dugout. Yeah. Another super chat here from Adija. He goes here. Taking off players like Ronaldo and Bruno last night clearly shows him he even fears West Ham beating us this weekend. You know what I mean? He's done a braver, but that might be, he might have like, them video games where you have 3 lives and that. He's got 3 times to take Ronaldo off before things start to get a bit thingy, crazy.
He chats nonsense. He started talking about, we got we got to look after him, and it was the right time to take him off. Shut up, bro. You think we're silly? The thing
Yeah,
was
man.
silly. You was panicking. You panicked.
He panicked, man. He panicked, bro. You know what I'm saying to you?
And he
Young
wanted to
boys
come.
versus old, experienced boys. That's mad, you know. You know what I mean? Nico Gaming here says, "Ooh." You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean. I'm just everyone's saying tired of Ollie. Lingard should never see a big game ever. Wow. But again, can you blame players? Like that's why we said this. Is it players or managers' fault? Yeah. Because
You can't really
end of the
blame
day,
Lingard like that. Lingard was kind of set up.
it was you think about it, it was set up because again he was playing that deep. You know, he's not a central midfielder. He should have been further forward. But then Martial was brought in to play that role.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like Lingard was kind of set up as well because at the end of the day, that wasn't his game yesterday to put him in that type of
That
game. It
wasn't
wasn't
his
his
game,
game.
bro.
And what he done yesterday was trying to play it safe. He was just trying to hold on to it and do what the energy of the team was. You know, don't attack, don't spin on anyone. You know, give it
Yeah.
back, play it simple. And he was a bit tired, and boom, that's it. He got caught
Yeah.
slipping, and that's it. 2-1. See you later. Game done.
Yeah. Exactly. It's some RM saying it's a Ronaldo momentum over before it truly started. I don't know. I think that's too soon. But again, I tell you what, man, the games come where you start losing games, mate. We are that club now where every single game, mate, is magnified now. You know, because you've got Ronaldo, you've got Pogba, you've got Bruno, Sancho. I mean, people are taking a mick out of Sancho, but that's given now. Sancho knows what's come now. He
Of
knows
course he
now.
does.
Remember,
He
he
does.
made it. I think he did a tweet about scary hours.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Gosh, Sancho from the ends. For him to put a tweet like that, man,
Sancho,
says scary
scary. He said
hours, you know.
scary hours, bro. So
I said,
now
you
he's
know,
gonna have to live with that tweet. Because now the
he
tweets
knows.
are that scary hours that you know what I mean, you're getting benched or you're not playing well.
Scary hours because he knows United,
Scary.
nothing
Why did he
promised.
say that, man? Why did he say that, man? It's gonna bite him in the arm. You can't. It's not Dortmund anymore, man. This ain't Dortmund B.
Yeah, it's not the same, man. It's rough,
Man
it's rough.
says scary hours, man. Yo, big up Sancho, yeah, but brother, we can't help you on that, man.
It's
You know what I
difficult,
mean?
man.
It's ammo, man. It's ammo right there, man. Like you said, man. We're kind of in this table now where no more feeling sorry for yourself, man. And I feel like for me, Ollie's still playing the victim role where he's kind of like saying, well, you know, there's still possibilities. We're still learning. He'll come out with his buzzwords, you know. He said, I bet you the next comment, you know what I mean? What day is it today? 15th of September. If things don't turn the way he wants to, he'll start to say things need to gel. Things need to, you know, it's not a quick fix at Old Trafford. We're still rebuilding. You know, I bet you he'll come out with his buzzwords, and these kind of buzzwords are for the fans that are built on this. I say, oh well, it all helped Fergie and this idea of Fergie. Nah, man, none of them buzzwords this season, mate. I can't be seeing them. He's a politician that sometimes I feel like Ollie plays a politician role where he looks for these buzzwords to kind of like make sure there's a kind of sense of perspectiveness where calm down, everyone. You know, we're still here, we're still there. You know.
Yeah, and that's the problem, man. I think some of the problems that we find with Ollie is just that, man. And I just like, for me, it is what it is, man. I just feel like, I don't know, man. I think we're just gonna have to ride it out like last season. We said this last season when we wanted him gone, and he didn't
I've
go.
watched enough rideouts, man. Have you not watched enough rideouts? It's been ride out 1 and 2, man.
What's this?
You know what I mean?
What's this one saying here? Kentucky.
SN Kentucky says, why blame players if your boss tells you to work? Your work players have nothing to be blamed for. Ollie's out of depth. He doesn't know what players best position as Ollie out. We need someone who wants to with Ollie. Yeah, man. It's like when you go into the shop, man, and like the supervisor role you kept saying, man. My man's telling him, yo, go, you know, put the shelves out in it, and then next week, you know, it's all wrong, innit? You know, you're the manager. The manager's telling him to do that. You can't blame the staff.
And that's the problem we're having with Ollie because a lot of the time, people are understanding. People are saying, oh, when Cavani came in, the players up the game. When Ronaldo come in, the players up the game. They should be up in the game for the manager. What type of manager do you have in the dugout? No one ups the game for Ollie.
No.
Ollie's just on Ollie, what do they call him? Ollie Gunner Southgate. He's just on this Ollie Gunner Southgate. Yeah, that's
you
what
know,
he's
they
on.
do the same thing, man. They do the same thing, bro. I did you hear maybe Ollie has flashbacks of 6-1. We were down to 10 men versus Tottenham. Oh man, we're on
Yeah.
top on table right now due to fans creating the hype in the stadium at the moment. You know that's true, man. We're on top, man, because there's hype around us, man. Man, like Adita, man, you're speaking facts today, bro. That is a reality check, you know, that the feeling around Chelsea is that we're bringing this hype, we're bringing the energy, and the energy is good right now, and it, you know, it's early on this season. But that 6-1, man, that's young boys, man. This is no Tottenham.
Listen, that young boys made me sick yesterday. I don't even know what to say about it because it's
Someone
young
said that
boys.
one of the guys used to play in the Congolese league, apparently.
Listen, that manager, the whole setup yesterday just made me sick because that was just you know, when it's like a guaranteed. That's like when you go to a party and it's a guaranteed food. You know you're getting served food. Like this party here is a guaranteed plate of food, and you get there and there's no food. It's shocking.
Oh, it's dry.
It's dry.
You know what I mean?
Yesterday
was where you go to the wedding and that, and it's just a bit of rice and a little bit of, you know what I mean, sugar.
Yeah, and this time here you were gassed. It was a guaranteed food, and you get there and there's nothing. Yesterday, that's how I felt like. Run, no food. Nah.
Nothing, man. Just getting a little bit of sticks and a little bit of bread, man. You know what I
Salad
mean?
and rice.
Salad and rice, man. I'm telling you, man. It's a mad thing, man. All right, man. Listen,
yesterday was rough.
I just think for me, yeah, we're just, you know, it's a sad reality. You know what I mean? It's just therapy, innit? Therapy's back, people, man. That's what United are, man. Therapy, innit? Emotions, this, then this, then this. There's no consistent, man. Liverpool, they know what they're getting. At least, you know, with Liverpool, they rode it out, and then they got top 4 in the end. They're back to normality now. Chelsea, they sack managers. They don't keep that kind of faith in one manager, and they sack managers, mate. They don't have that loyalty. Man City, you know what you're getting. Everyone, you know what you're getting. With us, we don't know what we're getting. It's just kind of like all of Logan X says, if you give the Infinity Stones to Drax, he won't throw. What the fuck? To do with them, Ollie is the Drax. Wow, man. Probably the best way to end the video, man. Big up everybody who's tuned in, man. Big up everybody who's super chatted. Big up to Adita. You know what I'm saying? Big up to you, bro. I love the super chats, man. You know what I mean? Help support the channel. Big up SNA Kentucky Core. Big up to you. Big up to Logan as well. And big up everybody who's super chatted, commented. You know what I mean? This is the therapy, people. If you haven't checked the match reaction, go check it out. Saturday, Lord Moosa, I was doing that vlog. I don't see the vlog, but it was emotional, man. We were enjoying ourselves, man. Viva Ronaldo.
Yeah, I saw you.
Viva Ronaldo, man. You see it?
Viva Ronaldo. He was back.
Viva Ronaldo, man. And then now, I'm saying, Ollie, what's going on, Ollie?
Ollie's got that's what I told you, because yesterday he was guaranteed a plate of food. It was guaranteed food.
And then when I got there,
and you got there, it was just rice and salad.
Rice and salad, man.
No gravy.
Not even the nice pilau rice. You know what I mean? Just got
no pilau. Nah, just plain, just normal.
Plain rice, man.
Plain. No gravy. Nothing.
Absolutely, man. People, we're gonna wrap it up there. Big up Moosa in the building. Moosa, let them know what you're doing, what you got on. You know, you're in the resale hub.
We're just still working. I'm just at the resale hub getting a couple bits done. I'm just going to head out soon. We're still here working, people. Check us out, Resale CIC. And yeah, support us how you can.
Absolutely, man. Adita here with a little super chat goes, let's meant to prepare to see McFred against West Ham. Well, I think I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get out of here. But people, like the video. We've had over 600 of you here. Big up to everybody who's tuned in, each and every single one of you. You know what I mean? You mean everything to the channel. So big up to every one of you. Like the video on your way out, people. You know what I'm saying to you, and subscribe to the channel. We're out, man. Man United therapy. Let's see. You know what I mean? We get back, people. Take care. Bye bye. Peace.